I-20 program start dates. How important are they? They're very important. You have to get your visa interview before the program start date on your I-20. If you go to your visa appointment and your program start date has already passed, they will not give you your visa. Why? Well, the purpose of the visa is to get you to the US to engage in a program of study that started on X date. If you're arriving after that date, you can't engage in that program of study. The visa is null. It's not valid. There's no purpose in it, right? I know during this time, it's really hard to get a visa appointment. Many people might have a January 15th program start date, but they can only get a visa interview on January 25th. Unfortunately, that's not going to work for you. They will not approve that visa. So what can you do? You've got three options. Your first option, write to the embassy or consulate frequently, I would say on a weekly basis before your visa appointment, and tell them when is your program start date. There is a formal way to request an emergency expedited appointment too. You should submit that concisely, but very, very immediately, letting them know you have a program start date. That's before when you have your visa appointment scheduled. Hopefully, best case scenario, they give you that. They give you that earlier start, that earlier interview date, and you're going to go in and you're going to get your visa and you're going to go to the US, okay? That's best case scenario. Let's talk about a second scenario. It's not as ideal. You will email your DSO at your university and you tell them that you've tried everything possible and you cannot get a visa interview date before your program start date. What can they do for you? In many cases, they can push your program start date back by a couple weeks at most. Not all schools can do this, but some can. And if your visa interview is just a week, 10 days after your visa interview date, then maybe you'll be able to get that little gap of time in there that you need in order to get your visa interview in before your program start date. The third option that you have, which is the least ideal, is to defer. Some people are going to have to defer into the future to the next semester. That's just the way it is right now. I know it's not ideal. 2 years ago, I wouldn't have said this, but right now, people can't get visa appointments. Many places all over the world, they're shutting down visa appointments again as COVID cases surge. So one option that you might have to think about is deferring to a later semester. And I want you to keep in mind that if you do this, you need to make sure that your resume stays active. Don't just say, oh, well, I sat around and waited for 8 months until I could apply again. No. You need to be doing something to advance your career, build your resume, further advance your academics, whatever you're doing, an internship, a job, online classes, do something that shows that you're still committed to this academic path, okay? It's really important because that's going to come up in that next interview since you deferred. What have you been doing in the interim, okay? I also want to tell you, if your program start date is on, let's say, Friday, you can't go to your visa interview on Thursday. There has to be a little bit more time. There has to be time enough for them to interview you, approve your visa, print your visa, put it into your passport, return your passport to you. You have to take that passport, get on a plane, fly to America, arrive in America, get to your school, all before that program start date, okay? So in normal times, I'd say 3 weeks. Definitely, at least 3 weeks beforehand. I know that's not possible right now. Maybe you're going to have to go in with maybe just 5 days, 7 days beforehand. So 7 days, that's about as much as I would recommend as the shortest amount of time before your program start date. And also, you need to bring this up after they've approved your visa. Tell them, hey, my program start date is in 7 days. Can you expedite printing my visa? Okay, because they can do this. They have ways that they can do this. Some consulates and embassies are going to be faster than others. The way that they return your passport is going to be different in each one of these. But you do need to bring this up so that they know, so that they don't just put you through the regular processing mechanism and you might get your passport back too late to get to the US on time. Okay? So everybody, if you've got any questions about this, you write us, tell us about your situation, hello@argovisa.com. You can also check out our website at argovisa.com. We are the only company in the world where we are former visa officers helping you maximize your chances of getting a visa. Get in touch with us and best of luck to you on your visa interview.